Well, shifting gears now, the fallout from President Donald Trump's move to put a funding freeze on the U.S. Agency for International Development continues. Nigeria is trying to cushion the blow. Lawmakers today approved an additional $200 million for the health sector as part of its 2025 spending plan. The most populous country in Africa was among the top 10 recipients of aid from the U.S. Well, France 24's Mark Perelman has been speaking to Winnie Banyima, the Executive Director of UNAIDS, about the wider impact of the shutdown of USAID.
We, UNAIDS, have estimated, having looked at the impacts on the ground and looking at the figures that we monitor, that if the support the United States government has been putting in is not replaced, we already have 630,000 deaths last year, but we could have 6.3 million more deaths in the next 5 years. There are 20 million people who are alive today because they are swallowing some tablets every day and coming directly from funding of the United States government. If we do not quickly find a way to fill this gap, they could die. But let me say this also, it wasn't normal and it was very risky to depend so heavily on one country. New innovations, new treatments for prevention in particular have come online, are already being rolled out in the rich countries, and we were making plans to have them rolled out in Africa and other developing countries. An injectable that can be applied twice a year, an injection twice a year, has 100% efficiency in protecting people from being infected. Girls and young women in Africa are the most infected. With this injection, we could reduce new infections to zero. We could be on our way to ending AIDS. So we keep saying to the American government, this is not the time to pull out. This is the time to stay and get your company, Gilead, which is the innovator here, to roll out, to make its huge profits on new treatments, new prevention tools, and end AIDS.